Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, Shoma, at some point you gotta learn that maybe trusting your family... Look, I know family is stronger, blood is stronger...
Blood is thicker than water, but your blood is a little too sweet for your monster family.
Right, look, they will always... Look, fool me once, shame on me, Fool me twice, shame on you, but fool me 3 times, oh man. Boy, maybe the Greyu society is way different than the human society when they just view our society as like a breeding ground for their food substance, right? Maybe I should have put more thought about that. Yeah. When I keep making deals with my siblings,
Yeah. I mean, look, at least, technically speaking, it is getting the results he wants of losing more siblings with every perspective deal. Like, he is whittling it. We're down to the last 2 episodes, and we are whittling down. We're down to only 2 siblings left. Hey, we almost got them.
Right. Like I said, going back to how, if we go back to like at the beginning of this show, when we've been doing our big bets here, all right. Once again, Jeep surviving this long was never on my. I thought he was gonna really probably. Right. Yeah. I still feel by the end. Right, I don't know how they're gonna resolve all this within the last last 1 episode after this. But like, hey man, boy, there was like I was like, man, he could have died at many different points within this show, and nothing honestly would affect the narrative that much, right? For his character,
really, it's weird that it's not just weird that he's still in the show. It's weird, or that he's still alive. It's weird that he's been as much of a, I won't say active character, but used character within the narrative. Like, he is, like, in essence, Jeep is the reason why we have the Geldex involved in this in the first place, because of his relationship with Lizel, which, like, is weird. Like, at first it's like, oh, that's crazy, but, like, he's become more and more passive as the Geldex have become more and more, like, prominent as the antagonist, and now it's just like
he's just been there.
Yeah, really. What is forget.
What is your ultimate end goal as a character?
What are you trying to do anymore? Because all of your plans have fallen apart. Your the woman that you've the other child, your child bride, no longer has the power of daddy's money. You're no longer married to the president's daughter, right? So what goals, and honestly,
your estate is gone. Your nest egg no longer exists.
You're older. You're no longer even like the only remaining stomach sibling to take over the family. You like, I don't know, man. Like, you've got nothing. You get nothing.
I'm ready to see what, right? Look. He still has the stupid. Look, he still has the bait. Look, the bait magnum once again within this show, right, has been proving itself to be like, hey,
Chekhov's gun continues to fire. Okay, and one of these will be the Chekhov's. One of these Chekhov's guns has to be the Chekhov's gun.
I'm still saying, look, there is still time for the last bitter Gavv to show up to use the baked magnum and end all of this, I'm just saying, or hey, you know what? As we're ending near the end of Gavv, right, and moving on to the next year's season, right?
Yeah.
Wait, end of the show. Dream. What if all this? Well, right? Extremely unhinged if they fucking.
We don't need a Sopranos. We don't need a Sopranos situation.
I'm just saying, look. If you write yourself, remember the classic story writing 101. If you write yourself into a corner, dream and or amnesia.
If I start hearing Journey play in the last few minutes of the final episode, I will be mad.
All right, Tariq. It is Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 49. I believe in Snack. And look.
Yeah.
And look, they teamed up.
Yeah, the power set.
And look, Longo says, hey, we just agreed to kill him, but
Yeah.
we did not agree what we do after we kill it.
I mean,
you
he
know?
definitely
Right, look-
did agree that he would stop. He's just immediately ignoring it. I think it's okay for all that Lakia and Honto gave him shit about the Nielv deal. At least Nielv actually like ponied up beforehand all of the presses that he had before. Ongo just immediately goes, "Ooh, what's this? A shiny new gun? Ooh, well, guess what?
Yeah.
Fuck you."
Well, power vacuum. Look, there's a big gate now in the crime syndicate or whatever.
In the Granute world, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So hey. Look. I'm the head boss now. You know. I'm the boss now. This is all mine. Look. The operation is now under my control. Right. And I like how everyone is.
It is interesting because okay, so now that Longo is like trying to, I guess, assume, it also calls into question what the Granutes. So this goes back to like the Granute Society thing of like how does it work? Is it just a parallel thing? They keep, at least by how some people have translated it, they keep saying that it's President Geldak. That he won the last election.
Is he the president? Is he the president now?
But does this work like in a is this a King of the Hill situation? Just kill the guy and you take his position, or is this like, or are we saying this is more of like a Russian election sort of thing where it's like, oh my opponent happened to have an accident.
Also, if you look at it, Longo
only...
does not want to be president. He wants to be president, okay? He doesn't want to be president of the company. He does not give a fuck about...
I mean, he'll take it because he's gonna take it because it's there, but it's like, that wasn't the main goal.
Right? He just wanted his company back, right? He didn't care about... I thought that was his main... His main...
Well, that's the thing, right? So my question now is like... So forget the actual concept of like a power vacuum, like in terms of the show. In terms of Granute Society, their government's fucked now, right? Like they have no infrastructure. There's no like does Granute fucking JD Vance step up to the plate? Is that who it is that comes next? Like Granute Lyndon B. Johnson is here after Boca Geldak's trip to Texas. Like, what happens?
Maybe one day we'll Toei Tokusatsu. They can always answer us in a Toei Tokusatsu fan club if they desire to, you know.
Sure, I'm sure that, man, if one of the Gavv spin-offs is like the Great Granute election, that I'll lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, Longo picks up the big magnum. Hey, did not get destroyed in the Indian ensuing battle. Oh, good for that. Like, okay, cool. All right.
I guess Boca just dropped it on the ground when he transformed and decided that nobody would touch it.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I could just leave this weapon here. You know, well, don't all be too distracted. Yeah.
I'll be able to pick this up at my leisure later.
Mm-hmm. After I win my fight. Also, by the way, hey, in the opening sequence, Boca is still in the opening sequence. Ooh, yep. I don't know if that means anything.
I don't think it does. I think it means that they ran out of edits that they could do to the opening.
There's always time to edit. Look, if Geeks has taught us anything, Toei can, in fact, change the opening.
We know what they can do. It's just about what they will do.
Mm-hmm. Right, at the fact, Boca. I'm just saying, you know, Boca Studio, and you know what they say about octopuses, right? They can regenerate, you know.
I mean, sure. If this winds up being some kind of, I mean, the only thing I could think of is that like.
I looked it up. I looked at the only way to kill an octopus is you gotta cut off his head, you know. And last I checked, he was just stabbed through the stomach. All right, I'm just saying.
So Thanos is part octopus, is what you're saying.
Look, I'll just say, look, this.
Gotta aim for the head.
Look, there's a lot that can happen within the last episode at this point, you know.
I don't think we have the much like the Fast and Furious, Fast 6, Fast 7 scene with the airport. I don't think we have enough runway for this to go much longer.
But yeah, everyone realized, all right, not looking good. All right, let's regroup. Look, he won't go after us and to our secret base, so we're fine.
Yeah, if we should not go to Hapipare, we should go to the other place that is the only one of two places that we have at our disposal.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, nothing. Well, the city is in trouble.
Things are
right?
bad.
Yeah,
things are bad in the city. People have been hypnotized.
people are disappearing. But yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
But you know what? Hey,
Don't-
but you know
hey,
what?
but-
Hey, that gives us enough time to make some snacks.
Yeah,
no one's
hey,
calling Happy Party at this.
Yeah. Hey, Masaru, ignore everything that we're talking about of people being abducted and stuff. I need you to help me in the kitchen ASAP. Don't ask questions about what this means. I know this seems inappropriate to want to make a big old party spread while all these people are missing, but I promise I need to.
No, this is important. All right, we got to make up all this. We got to make all these stupid confectionery snacks for Shoma. All right, Shoma needs this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Longo goes back to the base. All right, hey, so you know how you took over management? I'm taking back management,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right, and Longo execute equal rights.
His hands are rated E for everyone. So
Yeah,
I
he
just want
does-
to point out. So the whole point where Longo slaps the ever-loving shit out of Liesel in one stroke, I just have to say, this goes back to my continuous issue though, with fucking like this goddamn Toei green screen set. It's so unintentionally hilarious watching her slide across this like.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
poorly-
They moved because they moved their character model. They
Yeah.
moved like the green screen. Yeah.
Right. So she.
It's so fucking funny.
She body rolls like she's in a fucking video game. She ragdolls like a goddamn PS2 character.
Oh no, I fucking lost it. I was like, oh yeah, because I kept trying to forget what is actually a physical set when they do this versus what is not. Right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Because I could have sworn they have actually used a physical table.
No, I think the
Table
table is real. I think they just don't have perspective.
Right? Or the fact that, the actress couldn't roll that far.
Yeah.
Wait.
So we just dragged her across the ground with a string.
Yeah. But hey, look, Jeep's out of a job once again.
Yeah.
Look, this has been an incredible year for him, okay?
Yeah.
Right?
His resume is crazy right now.
He was up, then down, then up again, and now he's down again.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, look, the gang has to figure out. Yeah.
As he always does.
No, he has a plan, all right? Look, he still survived. Look,
Yeah.
Jeep's plan is that, hey, look, I'm still alive, all right? I have bested my twin sister, my older sister,
one
and
of
the
my
smart
older
one.
brothers, and even technically Longo, despite the fact that his human form looks unscathed, his Grand form is still fucking one-eyed.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I'm still alive, all right? Look, everything will still work up to me. Will work out for me, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, the gang. I think the gang is a hey.
The gang.
They're trying to figure out how to break the thing.
While strategizing at at Shuga's abandoned home that now that now Lakia lives in and squats in, they finally they come up with a brilliant harebrained plan that's just so crazy it might work. But the thing that I thought when it first happens and the lights go out because it's like, oh my god, rain, a storm, hold on, I've got it, I pieced it together. I just thought that the bills had finally, been unpaid long enough that the power went out at Shuga's place. And it's just like, oh jeez, and now the power's out too?
I thought their plan was that, what if we just cut off power to the which kind of is what they do, right? They do cut off power to the building to defeat to stop Longo.
I mean,
right?
I don't know that that's exactly what I would say happens. No, it's not cut off power. It's make it rain.
I don't know. We gotta stop the Amazon production factory somehow.
I mean, yeah, it's. I would say they got more inspired by the thunderstorm about the rain aspect than the we should blow up this factory that we already know that we were going to blow up.
Mm-hmm. But I'm amazed that plan worked. Also, that plan. Also, I feel like, hey, I'm really glad that Shoma is part granite. Right, that he was able to. Yeah, I'm just gonna pour this chemical, mix it with the food.
Yeah, so
and then eat it.
Yeah, so when we get to it, right? So there's this whole thing where Lockie and Honto run off, and they're gonna go do plan A, which is attack the factory out in space, and
and then grab all the human presses, you know.
Right, and Shoma goes over back to Happy Pare and has all the snacks that fucking Sachika and Masaru made, which is where we finally get our reveal. Him to reveal that to Masaru that he's a Kamen Rider doesn't reveal that he's family. I called this before. I was like, there's a solid chance he's going to reveal that he's a Kamen Rider. Don't know if that means he's going to necessarily say that he's related to him, which I think is way more fucked up.
He's still here's the thing, right? Masaru only asked if he's a Kamen Rider. He didn't ask, "Are you related to my missing sister?" Right?
Do you know
anything about my sister went missing 20 years ago? A guy who is also 20 years ago. Hey, you know anything about that?
I mean, that would have been a crazy thing. Honestly, that would have been a crazy leap of logic for him to piece that together that quickly.
I'm still waiting for the smoking gun evidence to come out, right?
The smoking baked magnum? The smoking baked magnum.
Yeah, right. For so that way he can finally piece it all together, right? He can do a bunch of flashback sequence where he does the mental mind game. It's like, oh wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait, it makes sense now.
Once he pieces together the full sequence, yeah.
Right, you'll find out. But Masaru only asked if he's a Kamen Rider, okay? I bet Shoma would have said that he is in fact the nephew if Masaru brought that up too. But Shoma only asked about Kamen Rider business.
Shoma's not good at lying.
Yeah, he only asked about Kamen Rider business, alright? Hey, look, I'll answer. I won't lie about my Kamen Rider business, alright?
Yeah. Even though Sachika and Masaru made all these treats, he goes, you shouldn't have made all these. I just need cotton candy, actually. Cotton candy is the way to go. Because by the properties of cotton candy, I will make another marshmallow species Gochizo, and with that marshmallow species Gochizo's power, I will float ever so lightly and sprinkle a rain. We just gotta mix in the antidote in there, and I can disperse it all across the people. Magical rain.
Well, what a crazy! I'm really glad. Right, so does that mean that Shoma, right, that the marshmallow Gochizo is part of the is this like a subspecies within a subspecies?
I mean, right? It's like the difference between Hiri Hiri chips and Zaku Zaku chips. They all have. I mean, it's weird to put cotton candy in the same species lane as marshmallow, but still, it's.
No, but so the cotton candy is a subspecies of marshmallows, right? A full of marshmallow, right? But does the fact that this cotton candy was laced with the antidote makes it a subspecies?
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, it does bring up the question of if he starts I guess, what do you call it? Fucking spiking his Gochizo with shit in it. Would it, if you put poison ivy in his Gochizo, would it spread poison ivy to people?
Right? Would he make a poison ivy? I thought it was a lot. Like, man, there's a big leap of what the fuck the Gavv. The Gavv can. Once again, by the way, still just by the end of the. Like I said, there's still one episode left. I am still praying this thing fucking talks to him at some point. Look, we got 1 episode left. Right? He can still be belt son, okay? But yeah, I think it's just crazy that Shoma's body at that point was able to replicate this antidote. I feel like this is an insane thing. Right? I feel like we're just glossing over this, right? So that means just we can just get rid of
it brings up the question of if Shoma had, I guess he's never had a Gochizo get made out of something that he drank, so I guess he has to infuse it into the food so that it gets processed into his body.
Right, so that means if you were to grind up ibuprofen, right, and you mix it in, and then
If he gets Rohypnol put in there, can he roofie everyone?
Right? What can this, like, that guy just ran out, his Gavv is just crazy at this point, right? Can he just destroy dismantle the entire fucking pharmaceutical company at this point now? It's like...
Here, have a Gochizo. That'll be $500.
Right? You know, it's just crazy how his cook can just... I thought his man was like, he was just gonna make the... And it was just like, spray it, but apparently his cook can just also replicate...
I also want to point
Alakia.
out... So again, the whole thing of, like... So the whole thing is, like... The fact that cotton candy... Like... This also goes to, like... The whole cotton candy Gochizo goes back to how the fuck the Gochizos work. Because it definitely feels like it's just fully based off of Shoma's interpretation of them, and not in any way based off of what they actually are. Because it makes him think of, like, a fluffy cloud, and he wonders what kind of rain they would make. So the cotton candy Gochizo consequently makes a cloud that makes rain. But that has nothing to do with cotton candy. And even if it was making rain in quotes, it would be sticky as shit, because cotton candy's just fucking, like, sugar. What is it called? Fairy floss. Like, it's just sugar. Like, it's just strung out sugar. What the fuck is that? Like, if all these people should be getting fucking doused in, like, sticky fucking, like, liquid, that's disgusting.
No, they wake up from their hypnotic state covered in sticky liquid.
All of a sudden, these people are waking up, not knowing where they are, covered in sticky stuff falling from the sky. They're drenched head to toe, and they don't know how to explain to their loved ones how they got there. Yeah, that's gonna look real good for these people.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. But hey, look, they remember Full Marshmallow form, all right? They remember this form, like, oh yeah, hey, we should probably use this again, right?
One more time, Full
there
Marshmallow.
You
go. We're doing it, okay? You love Full Marshmallow, right? Right? You guys love this. Was your favorite design, right?
They remember, like, hey, here you go.
Yeah.
This form's great. Remember how great this form was?
Yeah, in the meantime, speaking of forms that we haven't seen
in a while... Hato and Lakia, there you go.
Ala mode, Lakia, and regular Valen Hanto go to the factory to blow everything up. I understand that the fucking...
Look, Showa has been busy. He hasn't had time to drink another frappe, okay? He doesn't have time.
I'm just saying, I get that the frappe Gochizo has a time limit, so it's not the most utilitarian to use. But Hanto has other forms that he could show up to this fucking factory raid in than just, like, his regular base.
Oh, look, Showa hasn't eaten any of them recently, He hasn't had time, okay? Look, Showa hasn't had time.
When he left for Nielv, with Nielv for the plan what should we call it? Remove the president from his place of office. He left, like, a bunch of fucking Gochizo for him.
Yeah, but I think he's only left frappe and chocolate, right? I don't think he left any,
He left the bushel one! He could have used bushel!
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, he's like, hey, look, I don't have to, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save that, alright? Yeah, but no, look, Valen form is just good enough, alright? His stupid base form is just good enough, alright?
He just needs to be here all he needs to do is be able to shoot. That's all we need.
Look, at some point, Shoma will make him a permanent Gochizo, so he no longer feels left out. Right? When everyone else transforms, he's the only one that has a time limit for his form.
I have a sinking feeling that it's actually going to be that that he's not going to get a permanent Gochizo until some kind of freak transformation happens to him, and he makes it himself. Like, no one's going to give him a Gochizo that sticks around. He's just going to have to fucking make it on his own.
He's going to make it and then feed it to Shoma. Hey, Shoma, eat this. Look, hey, I feel like, now that I think about it, a lot of the stuff, these Gochizos can be solved if Shoma just makes them himself, alright? Right? I wonder if he instead of him just sitting there and waiting for people to spoon feed him, like, what if he actually just sat down and make the would he? Right? Because it's kind of determined that the permanent Gochizos are kind of their only state purpose because he actively makes them, right?
Well,
Like, what if
I guess.
Like, what if he actually sat down, get some milk, get a blender, some chocolate, right? And actually makes a stupid frappe. Would that produce a permanent frappe Gochi? So that way Hanto doesn't have to trick him like every day to like, hey Shoma, wanna go to the cafe down the street, you know?
Yeah, you wanna go on another date? Let's go, I'm thinking about, frappes. What about you?
You know, are you in the mood? I'm always, you know, right? Like, stuff like that. Yeah. And I think, like, shouldn't... Because it kind of assumes that the way that his gochi, the permanent ones are tied to his actual, like, the process in which he makes them, right?
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, Shoma, Hanto and Lakia, they get the presses, they're trapped in the factory, though, and they gotta they can't get out.
An army of... And all the Agent Smiths are there, but, because Lakia is the only real character that actually understands the situation between the two of them, he goes, I am literally stronger than you in every single way, shape, or form, both as a Kamen Rider and as a actual organism. As a living being, I am stronger than you.
My final fire can last?
Yeah. As a Kamen Rider, I'm stronger than you, and as a just actual being on the, like, food chain, I am stronger than you. I must go. You will die.
Yeah, get all these people to safety. Alright.
Run, little chocolate boy, run.
But don't worry, Jeep is there to stop Hanto, okay? And there it is! The big payoff throughout the entire show, alright?
That's what we've been building up to this whole time. The destined face-off. It's Hanto versus, versus Jeep. The person who killed his mother. Wait, no, that's not? Oh, we already resolved that arc? Oh, we've had nothing to do for Hanto this entire time, because we already resolved his revenge arc. And so now it's just Jeep. It's two leftover characters having to fight each other. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just fucking real fun. It's just real funny. Somehow built up to Jeep versus Hanto, right?
I mean, here's the thing that I think will be funny, right? If in the end, as I would assume they are building it up to be, Hanto is the one that finally kills Jeep, that beats him in a fight. That's honestly like a double loss on Jeep's part, because Jeep, as Bitter Gavv, as Baki Baki Bitter Gavv, has proven himself to be on par with, like, Lakia and Shoma, right? Like, at least when, like, he's at least, you know, more powerful than, like Cake King form and Blizzard Sorbet form, right? If he loses to Hanto, who is objectively, like, I was thinking about this before, Hanto is, on paper, our secondary rider, but ever since Lakia showed up and joined the squad, Hanto has fallen increasingly into the tertiary rider, like, slot, even though he's supposed to be the secondary rider. He is the third best of the three by, like, a country mile, and it's really fucking sad.
I think Hanto is also very confused by this. He's like, oh. Like, it also occurred to me, hey, I wonder how many times actually Jeep and Hanto have, like, actually interacted before
That's a great question.
Right? Because here's the thing, right? Even in, like, the last few episodes, right? Like Jeep fought Lakia, right? He wasn't fighting Hanto when Hanto was like, when Lakia went out to stop him from getting Masaru and Sanchika, you know, right? I feel like if anything, we could probably could have built towards like a Jeep Lakia type of like
face off
versus fight, right? And so like Hanto's just like, oh, hey, we spoke. Did I speak to you or your sister? Right? I'm not trying to be rude.
No.
You know, right?
Hanto still doesn't know that Jeep is a boy. That's how little they've interacted.
It's just funny.
He sees Jeep and he's like, I thought that Shoma killed both of the sisters. And Jeep is like, I'm a boy. What?
Then Shoma goes to the park. This is their destined final battle, you know, the Ninja Valley, where they will settle all their sibling rivalry, you know,
Yeah,
this amusement park.
Yeah,
Right, not so much stupid Toei, not some stupid Toei quarry, you know, right? No, this is where we will have our fated final fight.
This could have been our family, but you fucked around, and now this is where we are, brother.
Yeah. Look, it could have been. Look, you guys we could have gave you rocks, all right?
We could have established an incredible system of exchange between our two worlds. We could have also enjoyed the Ferris wheel and all the fun treats. I could have
like all these amazing all these amazing human stuff. Like I still look. Also, I just want to. I don't think we even established like anything else in the Granite world that they eat that isn't rock and or dark snack, right?
No, I think we've explicitly stated that they either eat rocks of all varying types, or the softest thing ever, a gummy food made out of human.
Right, I don't think we've ever seen them like eat like a steak or like a fish or like any of that stuff. Like, right, like our show could be like, hey, we got a lot of rocks here, all right? There are too many rocks that people won't notice if you take rocks, all right?
Yeah.
There are valleys full of rocks. You know,
Can I introduce you to the Grand Canyon?
But yeah, look, it's Longo versus
it's the final
Shoma,
countdown,
all right?
where it's everybody's facing off who they're supposed to face off. It's Shoma versus Longo, Lakia versus a bunch of random versus a bunch of random fucking agents, and Hanto versus Jeep for no goddamn reason.
Oh, but hold on, it's not just Jeep, you know. According to the final preview.
Stay tuned next episode to see if Liesel can actually do any goddamn thing in this fucking show.
Alright, well, Tariq, hey, look, we're almost done with Gavv, right? Like I said, there's still a lot of stuff that they can do. Look, there's one episode left, right? Who knows what, they can do anything within the last few episodes. I said,
crazy
the last bitter Gavv.
Last bitter Gavv.
Final last minute bet. Final last minute bet of the show. The last bitter Gavv shows up, teams up with Hanto to fight Jeep and Liesel. All right, I am locking in. Right, this is my insane theory. That is my last prediction for the show. All right, the last bitter Gavv will show up, right, and to fight Jeep and Liesel for some goddamn reason. I don't know why, but they do.
Okay, all right, I'll accept that as a crazy fucking possibility.
Yes, we have to go over. We have to go over what.
I think that's it. Bitter Gavv is on the move. He'll definitely be here next week. Don't worry, Austin. I believe in you.
I believe in Bitter Gavv too. All right, look, Bitter Gavv is the one that will change the world. All right.
He's the one true. He's the one that we needed. He's the one true savior.
All right, that's it for this week's episode. Okay, thanks. Bye. All right, Tariq. So I don't know if you watched it, but the Superman movie, right? James Gunn.
I am watching Peacemaker season 2, which did confuse me. I don't know if you're watching Peacemaker season 2, but boy, they fucking they pulled a DLC update. They changed some things when they do the recap.
Some things are canon, some things are not. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes some people are finally captured off from their terror spree on the islands of Hawaii. I'm gonna look up what happened to Ezra Miller.
Nah, what legal trouble Ezra Miller's been in recently?
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything of Ezra Miller.
I'm just saying they make an entire change to the ending scene of that, like, to that one Easter egg scene in fucking Peacemaker, and then they swap it in with the characters from Superman, and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. All right, so good. So speaking of Superman, all right, so I watched. Hey, look. So I don't know if you noticed, but hey, look. One of my favorite comic book characters, right? I'm not trying to sound like I'm a gatekeeper, like I'm a hipster, with this statement, but like some of my favorite are like the underrated ones, right? The one that no one really pays attention about, right? John Constantine is one of my favorite comic book characters of all time.
Okay.
You know,
Little niche, yeah.
All right, but my other one favorite in recent years that I have come to learn and appreciate is Mr. Terrific.
Yeah,
right?
so
He was finally.
Man, Mr. Terrific, I didn't. It was true. When I saw him in the trailers for Superman, I was really taken aback by it. But, I gotta say, everything that I've heard about him in Superman has been pretty entertaining.
Oh man, Mr. Terrific is such a great character, alright? Right, you know why Mr. Terrific is such a great character within the DC lore universe, right? He is the third smartest character within the DC, at least on planet Earth, alright?
Right.
He's the third smartest, alright? Alright, the first smartest is Lex Luthor. The second smartest is Batman, okay?
Yeah, I figured, yeah.
Alright, and he's the third smartest, okay?
Yeah.
Right, do you know why he's the third smartest character in the DC universe?
Because he read books.
Alright, hey, read it. Right? The reason why he's the third smartest is because he says he's the third smartest character.
Oh, he just claims it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Right? He says that. Hey, I don't want drama. I don't want the first. You know, it's like an Afro samurai.
I was about to say it's Afro samurai. I don't want to be the. I don't want to have the second headband because everybody comes after me. I don't want to have the first headband because everybody.
Yeah, I'll be the third, right? So he is well aware that he does not want to go. He is obviously. Hey, real quick. Mr. is actually the smartest character in the DC universe, right? He just goes around just telling people that he's the third smartest. He's like, I don't want to deal with this, you know, right? If I'm the first person, everyone will just come after me, you know. I don't want, you know, right? Why should I don't want Batman to interrupt me every week with his stupid orphan children problem, expecting me to answer like Batman.
All these,
have you tried putting money into orphanage? You know?
Yeah.
Right? Have you tried to fix income? Have you tried doing that? You know?
Yeah.
Right? And also just want to deal with Lex Luthor. You know? Look. You just want to deal like you don't want Lex Luthor coming after like, hey, can you help me kill this illegal alien that's that's in my town? It's like, like he doesn't want to deal with that. Yeah. Right. So Mr. is one of my favorite characters for that reason. Right. He's also for that reason. Right. Also, his power is just really dumb. He just makes little orbs that are pretty much the truth-seeking orbs from Naruto.
Hey, that works.
Yeah, you know, like, these orbs just do whatever the fuck they want. They're literally Deus Ex Machina orbs that, like, if he needs to, these orbs can fly, swim, shoot guns, right? They can combine to form a bigger orb if he needs them to be.
Oh, yeah, they're funnels. They're Gundam funnels.
Right. Mm-hmm. So Mr. is one of my least favorite DC character is Hawkman, okay? I fucking hate Hawkman.
Hawkman has a weird spot, I think, just for our generation, just because we also grew up on the Justice League animated series where they started by showing us Hawkgirl and not Hawkman. So
I have no problem with Hawkgirl, alright? Hawkgirl is a cool character.
Yeah, right.
Here's the reason why Hawkman is the biggest fucking loser in the goddamn DC universe, okay? Let me explain to you what. So do you know the basic mythos about Hawkman and Hawkgirl, right?
I know. I mean, the problem is the lore is a bit muddled from the animated series.
I mean, it's almost more than one, right? It's very simple. They are literally two star-crossed lovers that die and reincarnate to fall in love with each other, okay? Right? That's their basic. But Hawkgirl realized at some point, I kind of don't want this. I think we need to take some time apart and reinvent this whole destined to be together, you know, right? Like if I get burned at the stake, you have to get burned at the stake, and then we're reborn as as like two babies in China or whatever, you know, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? I was like, all right, that's the reason why I hate Hawkman. Hawkman is such a fucking loser. Like his entire character arc gimmick has always been, hey, hey, where's Hawkgirl at? Have you seen Hawkgirl? Have you seen my wife and her girlfriend or partner? You know, like, he has nothing else going on. That's his entire game. Like, Hawkgirl
he's basically Link looking for Princess Zelda.
Yeah, the entire time. But Zelda's like, hey, look, well, what if I want to dress up, you know, right? What if I want to be chic from time to time? You know, stuff like that. I want to go out. I want to be a Tetra, you know, right? I don't like being conformed to this single gender specific identity for the rest of my life, you know?
Yeah,
but Hawkman
Zelda's my dead name.
Yeah, you know, right? I fucking hate Hawkman because Hawkman's character is so fucking boring and uninteresting. Like everything he does is always about Hawkgirl.
He's just a codependent simp. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like he's you know who Hawkman is like? He's Kijino from Dawn Brothers. All right.
That's a cursed comparison to have.
That's a good analog for me to compare Hawkman to. That's why I fucking hate Hawkman. Every time Hawkman is on screen, right, he just cannot shut up about the fact that he has a wife. Like, all right, Hawkman, that's good, you know. Does not help the fact that our people die out in the street, you know, right? Does this help us in our career? Like, hey, look, if my wife was here, she wouldn't let these kids. All right, your wife's not here, Hawkman. You're here, you know. Are you gonna help these? Yeah, are you gonna help these children die in the street? I was like, I don't know.
Will it help me get to my wife faster? Because otherwise.
Yeah, you know, right? Yeah, that's why I fucking hate Hawkman so much. I hate every adaptation. Like, that's just it. Like, in every adaptation, like even in the Justice League show, right? That's why his entire bit.
That was the craziest version of him, I think. At least that, like, of recent memory. But I can. I mean, yeah. What do you think? I guess he really is Kijino in the Justice League animated series. That really is. Oh man, that's creepy.
Yeah,
I never made that connection, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's some behind the scenes background lore. You know, that's what it said. Those are two characters on opposite spectrum within the DC universe that are my favorite. Hey look, I love how Mr. Terrific in the movie is like, hey, I'm just here to do my thing, you know, right? Yeah. It's fucking great.